Hi guys, welcome to Wing Ting's Kitchen. Today we're going to make sweet and sour prawns Hong Kong style. This was a request I got from my friend Donya after I uploaded my first video. I used to be put off cooking seafood because I thought it was tricky and hard to get right, but this is a nice and easy way to cook prawns. You can use raw prawns that I've cleaned, peeled and ready to cook, but I like to use prawns with a shell on and then save the shells in the freezer for when I want to make seafood broth or laksa. The chicken version of this is a lot more popular, but I think the prawns make it a little bit more fancy. So let's get started. You will need 12 raw peeled and cleaned prawns, half a tablespoon of salt, 1 egg, corn flour for the batter, oil to deep fry, 1/3 cup of white distilled vinegar, 1/3 cup of sugar, half a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, half a tablespoon of ketchup, corn flour and water to thicken the sauce, half an onion, half a green pepper and 2 pineapple rings. Now we will prepare the vegetables and the fruit. We need half an onion sliced into squares. And the same for the green pepper. Half the green pepper and take out the seeds inside and then cut it into squares. For the pineapple, cut it into 8 pieces. Now we will prepare the sauce and have it ready for when we need it. Add the vinegar, the sugar, Worcester sauce and ketchup. Then give it a mix, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't dissolve as we will cook this. Now we will prepare the prawns. Put the prawns into a bowl and add the salt. Using your hands, rub the salt into the prawns. Doing this will improve the flavour and texture of your prawns. You will need to keep doing this for about 2 minutes until the prawns are kind of cloudy and gooey, like so. Then wash under running water. Drain the prawns. They need to be dry when we batter them, so place them on a kitchen towel and try to soak up as much of the water as you can. Beat 1 egg. Before I put the prawns into the egg, I dab them with a kitchen towel to get rid of any excess water. Coat the egg onto the prawns so the corn flour will stick. Put them into the corn flour. I like to use my hands to make sure the flour gets into every nook and cranny. When you're done with all your prawns, give them a shake to get rid of any excess flour and place onto a plate ready to be fried. We are ready to start putting the elements together. Heat a wok to a medium-high heat. Add oil and then onions. Stir fry and then add the green peppers. Once they both start getting soft, turn off the heat. Before you add the sauce, make sure you give it a stir before you pour it in, otherwise the sugar will be left sitting at the bottom. Now add the sauce and the pineapples. Give it a stir and let it bubble, then set to one side. Now we're ready to fry the prawns. Instead of using a large pot of oil, I have filled a 22 cm saucepan just over halfway. This is a more economical way of frying at home. Heat the oil to about 160 to 170 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, drop a bit of the batter into the oil and when it floats you're ready to go. Carefully place the prawns one by one into the oil. I split mine into batches to start with so the pan doesn't get overcrowded. When the prawns are firm and the flour has turned into a pale yellow, take it out the oil. It took me about 2 minutes, but this will vary for everyone. We will double fry this, so clean up the oil. And make sure the oil is still around 160 to 170 degrees. Put them all into the pan and flip them occasionally to make sure the colour is even. And because we're using a shallow pan, if it touches the bottom it's more likely to burn. When the prawns are a nice golden brown, they are ready to be taken out. Now is the final step and we need to assemble everything together. Mix water and corn flour into a bowl and make sure it becomes one before you pour it over the sauce, which would have cooled down by now. Add a little at a time, let it cook and check the consistency. If it's too thin, add some more. I like mine a bit thicker, so I added a little bit more. I lifted up the wok from the heat so the corn flour would not cook and get lumpy as soon as I poured it in. Let the sauce thicken again. Then add the prawns and give it a good toss. We're ready to serve now. So here's the sweet and sour prawns. The batter's light and there's still a bit of crunch even after you've mixed it with the sauce. But if you want to maintain the crunch, I suggest you serve it separately and then dip the prawns into the sauce as you have it. The good thing about frying prawns is it doesn't require a lot of oil. The sauce is really easy to make and tastes so much better than anything shop bought, but I must say it isn't the healthiest with the amount of sugar and vinegar, so don't have it too often. If you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. This will mean a lot to me and will help me keep the channel going. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you'll see me as soon as I upload my next video. So see you next week. Bye!